name is Dr. Esther Trufan, and in this video, I'm going to perform an experiment that will help us figure out what is the speed of light. To determine the speed of light, we need two components determined, and one is the wavelength and the other one is the frequency of the radiation. To get our radiation, we're going to use a microwave, so we're going to use microwaves for our electromagnetic radiation type. To determine the frequency, we just need to turn around our microwave. And on the back, we should be able to identify our frequency. And this is the English version. And here we have output frequency 2,450 megahertz. We have one of our measurements done. For the second measurement, we're going to need something that melts relatively easily. And today, I am going to use a very large bar of chocolate. To place it in the microwave, I am going to use a plate. And then later, to mark the points where it got melted, I'm going to use some toothpicks, and this will help me identify them relatively easily using my tactile senses, even if I am unable to visually distinguish between the melted and the still solid portions. And for the very end, we're going to need a ruler to determine the distance between the toothpicks that will be inserted into the chocolate bar. So let's get started. First, we're going to open our microwave and take out the insert because we will need to have a not moving piece. My plate is a little on the large side, so I'm going to fold the edges. Just like this, and I will place it inside the microwave to make sure that it fits. All right, that works. Next, I'm going to take my chocolate bar, open it up completely, and if I'm lucky, it's not broken. I will place it face down, but I could place it in any direction. Now that it's ready, I'm going to slide my plate back into the microwave, close the door, and give it 30 seconds to do its magic. And we are ready. I will pull out my piece of chocolate, and in some spots it's already relatively easy to tell that it has melted. But I don't want to take any risks whatsoever, so I'm going to take a toothpick, and I'm going to slide it in, and all of a sudden I found a molten spot. So I'm going to just place my toothpick right there. Now from that side, I'm going to keep going, and I can already tell there is another melted spot. So I'm going to mark that as well. And we're going to keep going. There's a molten spot here. We want to figure out where the center of the circle is, and we place our toothpick right there. We can move in a different direction. There seems to be a molten spot forming right here. We can place a toothpick there, even if we know that's not the center of a future circle. And right here, we don't really find anything. But if we move closer to the center, we see that there is a circle that formed. Inside the circle, we find the center and we place our toothpick. Let's see if there's anything else here. Oh, and there is another circle of sorts forming, and we can place a toothpick there as well. And with that, we identified all the hot spots that were created in the microwave. And for now, we're going to set our chocolate aside and give it about 10-15 minutes so that it cools off and the toothpicks become rigidly placed. It has been a couple minutes and my chocolate has solidified for the most part, and I'm ready to do the measurements. Now, this can be done with a ruler, but if you need to, you can also use a caliper or a braille caliper. And that will help you figure out the distances between all your toothpicks. So what you're looking for is using the centimeter side of your ruler. You're going to measure the distance between all the neighboring toothpicks. You're going to record all those length measurements, and then you're going to average all those measurements into one number. That number will then be half of your wavelength. So let's get started. We have 7.2, 6.1, 6.5. If it's still wobbly, you need to wait a little bit more to record your distances. For the next measurement, we have 4.8 centimeters, 6.7 centimeters, 6.5 centimeters. And with that, we've recorded all our distances. Our next step will be to take all these distances and calculate our average. From there, we can calculate the wavelength, and from the recorded frequency from the back of the microwave, we should be able to determine the speed of light.